Hey Tom, I am shooting this quick video to a couple things. One, to kind of show you what we got as far as this development process goes, and you may be already going with it. I know I haven't been able to talk to you, and quite frankly, I'm probably not going to have a lot of input as we go through this because we are so kind of undermanned over here. So there's my excuse, but please, if you do have any issues as you're going through this development process, do get a hold of me. Email, text message. If it seems like I'm not getting to your email, again, please keep on reaching out, especially text message. That usually is the best. And in this email, I will provide my cell phone number, so please don't hesitate to do that. But I got a lot of other noise going on, so if you get drowned out through the noise, please do speak up. I don't want you to be out there kind of silently struggling as you're developing your course. So a couple things. Really just doing this video to highlight probably the easiest way that I could think of if I were going to do the course, how I would make my lectures. The learning curve on this product is super easy. It is free, or you can pay a few bucks and get the deluxe version, which gives you a little bit more preferences that you can do with this, so that might be worth it for you. So take a look. I think it can do a lot of things. One, it can do this visual where I have my big head in the middle of a screen cast. Then I can also minimize that. You can locate the window can be located anywhere, so you can drag and drop this video window anywhere that you want within the screen, and then you can get rid of it altogether. Typically what I do is I'll start my lecture out with my the talking head, just a quick introduction, and then I'll get rid of it because I'll need the entire space for whatever we're doing. But as you can see here, I have a Word document. You could easily go through some of the functions on here, as a tutorial. So I think it lends itself pretty easily to Office tutorials or lectures as you're going through the features on here. Also, since I have it up here, a couple of things. One, I'm going to submit to you. I think I've sent it to you already, but this is the course proposal form. So you can see also as I'm actually shooting this, you can probably see that the cursor automatically kind of highlights things as I go through. So that's kind of nice. There are other products out there that do this, but I think some of them can be pretty expensive, and this one's been pretty flawless and easy to use. So I could just see you just totally just ripping off quickly doing productions. Okay, so going back to this course proposal, this will be your Bible, your template, your scaffolding that you'll use to design your course. The big thing is your course objectives, so you'll stick to that, and the course description. So that'll be in your syllabus. I will provide you a syllabus template where you just kind of plug this information in and you cut and paste. So that will help. The other items on here too would be the descriptive outline. So what we want to do, of course, fundamentals, the big ones are the course objectives, and this is how we're going to meet, kind of what we're going to meet within those course objectives. Now, as you get into this is where you have some more wiggle room. Let's just say these are probably suggested areas, but if you start diving deeper and you feel like, there's other things you want to add or something that just doesn't seem like it's really that valuable, feel free to alter that part of it. The big thing is, as long as we do Word, PowerPoint, Excel, the cloud integration, and then the other Office 365 applications, Outlook, and then just a feature review. Outlook, a little bit more detail on that, since the college is one, it's really focused towards the professional environment, and that's of course whether you like it or not. Outlook is what we all live by, and then there are the other kind of what Judy's program wanted a little bit, because some of these folks will be taking, actually all of her people will be taking this course. She just wanted a feature review, very basics, just so these people know what Access, OneNote, and Publisher are, because they're going to be coming included in the product they're going to buy. So when someone says Access, they're like, well, what's that? I don't know what that icon means. So literally, I could see all three of these covered in maybe a half a module. just kind of, again, basic familiarity. They don't need to know how to use it. They just need to know what it is and how it's used. So that's, again, use the descriptive outline. My inspiration for the descriptive outline was lynda.com. So I kind of looked at what Lynda was doing for Word and PowerPoint and Excel, and borrowed heavily from their suggestions. Now, I think we were talking about lynda.com in our phone call. It is, I just found out that it's free through the Toledo Public Library. That is huge. It's a $25 normally subscription charge. So I just canceled my subscription this morning, and now that I want to be saving a few $100s a year, so and going over just to the free library one. So if you're a member of the Toledo Public Library, I hope you are, that you can get into that if you want to take a look at how Lynda approached these modules. And they really have some really good production value. So stuff you may just want to literally kind of copy maybe the way that they did it. All right, so check your local library. Hopefully, if you're not in Toledo, your local library does have the lynda.com access. I think they do the free 30-day trial too. So that might be, you jump in there, kind of get inspired, and then cancel your subscription before you get charged. Okay, so that's that with the course proposal, basically the mandatory scaffolding of the program that we have to maintain, or the course. This piece here is a suggested production schedule. You may have already developed something on your own, but here's something for you to kind of, I guess, start with, and feel free to change these dates or do whatever you want, but at least this gives us a little bit of direction. The biggest thing here, as you look through it, is one, I guess, schedule this development meeting with DE. I'm going to let the folks know today that you're coming their way. They're down 50%. They're 2 men down out of 4. I'm not sure what they're even doing anymore for development now that they're only got 2 people down there. But when Dan was running it, there was 5. So we're down to 2. So we've got that. But do contact them. I'm going to let them know again you're coming their way, and see how best to work with them. Also, the biggest thing that you want to start off with is develop a syllabus using the template that I'll give you. So again, this will be our working draft. I'm sure you're going to be noodling it up as you kind of go through this whole thing. And at the end, though, you will provide just the finalized syllabus. But get a basic structure of what your syllabus is going to look like, a kind of a rough, again, our working draft. Then you'll also want to determine these module learning objectives. So those you could, if you wanted to, I mean, literally, you could lift those from the, going back here to, let me pull it back up here, to the descriptive course outline. I mean, you could lift these right off and have them be somewhat tied into your module learning objectives. So the module learning objectives will have to tie into these course objectives, just so we don't stay too far astray. So keep that spirit in mind as you develop those module learning objectives. Again, that's only a suggestion if you want to lift directly off of here. Okay, so oops, cancel. Why am I want to? There we go. All right, so develop your module learning objectives. That'll give you a good flow of how you want the course to proceed through the 8 modules. Determine your assignments and assessments. Again, we have all this stuff has to be kind of linked back to the objectives. And you'll actually, like, so let's say you make an assignment. Students will produce a Word document using whatever, existing templates or something. And that assignment, then you'll specifically link back to one of the course objectives and just put the number next to the assignment. Because students, we're trying to get everything, I guess, the same way with all of our courses. And we want to make sure any activity that we give our students is directly linked back to what actually we're telling them or they're going to teach. Otherwise, they tell us it's busy work and I really didn't need it. But this way we can say, here's the evidence. I gave you this assignment because, 1, it links back to what we said we were going to teach you. So do that on the front end and it's a lot easier. It also keeps you from doing assignments that really don't connect back to what we have to teach. So again, weekly quizzes, midterm and final, that's usually pretty easy to link back to course objectives. They're usually coming out of whatever your lectures and what you're doing. But again, you can kind of make sure you're linking all these activities back to the course objectives, which are different than the module learning objectives. The module learning objectives, these are really up to you. That's whatever you want to set for that particular module. But again, as long as it all maps back out to those big overarching, I think we had 5 of them, those course objectives. All right, I think I beat that to death. All right, so next is determining the use of instructor developed media. That's kind of what I'm talking about here with using the Screencast-O-Matic.com. That's the product that I'm using right now. Determine what you want to do. Again, you may want to do this. You may got something else in mind. That's okay. I'm just trying to show you something that would be pretty easy to use if you're kind of lost in figuring out what you want to do with your lectures. We do need at least 2 lectures in each module, but you may want to have 10, and I call them lectures. I'm using that loosely. I mean, we're kind of evolving away from a traditional kind of lecture format. You may want to have small little micro lectures, each demonstrating certain features of Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and each one of those, maybe only 2 to 3 minutes long. And that way, if features do change, or you need to change certain elements, you're not changing an entire 45-minute lecture or trying to re-edit a humongous lecture. So I think your course, out of any of our courses, would lend itself really cool to these little micro lectures. And plus you can maybe use them in other areas too. I think it's kind of neat. So just a food for thought. So, but a minimum of 2. Again, you may have 20. You may have 20 of these per module. At 1 minute apiece, or 2 minutes apiece, or whatever. But we do need a combined total lecturing time of 30 minutes. So if you have all your little, if you decide to do the little micro lectures, again, up to you, that we have a running time of 30 minutes. Minimum. These are all minimum. So, and that may be the goal right now, is just get to the minimum and then build upon it as you go along. So, and plus you might be building upon it as the course is actually running. So what's really cool about using this product, the Screencast-O-Matic, let's say students are struggling with a certain feature of Excel and you didn't have a lecture for it. You can knock one of these out in 10 minutes. No production, no post-production necessary, just shoot and go, throw it in the course, and boom, you're done. So, so it's kind of a food for thought on that. All right, so all right, there we've got talking about that. Schedule that development meeting with DE. I'll provide you their contact information, so reach out to them if they don't reach out to you. And then developing that working draft of the syllabus. So, and then send that to me as soon as you get it kind of hammered out. Send it to me. I want to make sure, if we are heading in maybe a wrong direction, that we catch it now versus after the completion of the program, after the completion of the course. Module development. This is pretty basic. It's the same thing for every module. Basically, develop the module. So yeah, and again, quizzes, midterms, final, up to you on how you want to do that. Totally, if you want to use a quizzing format, multiple choice, or you want to do project-based learning, that is totally up to you. But just to kind of keep us on track on a weekly basis. The biggest one is going to be the developing of the media for you every week. Again, what's nice about this, whatever product you choose to develop your media, whether it's Screencast-O-Matic.com or something else, make sure that it exports in a YouTube-friendly video format, or just MP4 is really what we like. So if you can, make sure that it exports into MP4. Screencast-O-Matic does, and it does a pretty good job at it. So again, another plus for this product. And then employ external media, reading, or other activities if required. Totally up to you, but you may want to use other YouTube videos or other learning resources out there, other directed readings, I know maybe you talked a little bit about going to the Microsoft website and their help areas. Absolutely. Anything else that you want to employ from out in the web, or PDFs that you want to bring into the class, totally up to you, and not required, but you can do stuff like that too. What we want to avoid is completely external materials within the course. Has happened in the past with some of our courses where instructors were using nothing they produced. It was publisher provided PowerPoints with no narration, and it was not even close to what we'd be delivering in a land-based environment. So what we want to make sure is we're trying to be analogous to that land-based environment as much as possible, and even better. I think online can do it better than land when it's done right. So that's when you're wondering where all the stuff is coming from. That's really where it's coming from in here. But it doesn't mean we can't use other stuff that we haven't made. It's just that we have to do our own work and have our own stuff in there that basically students have paid for our knowledge and that we've delivered to them. So there you go. So you can definitely use other external items in there. Everything else is repetitive, again, just through the modules. Feel free to put whatever dates you want in here. After you kind of get an idea of dates, if you could just send me our course development outline here, and then just so I got a vague idea of where you're at. At one point, I was doing check-ins with people that were producing courses. I don't think that's going to happen between you or I, because I'm just way too busy. But if you need me, let me know, and I'd be happy to come in and help you, especially if you're getting stuck on something. More than happy to work with you on that. And then the post-development, that's a little bit different, so I'll go over this for a few moments. So we've got the pre-launch course audit with the program director, me. So once you're done, or like almost done, we'll go through that. Basically you'll say, Chris, I'm done. I'll go through the course and just eyeball it, and then fill out the forms for the payment. Submit finalized syllabus to the program director for audit. So when you send that to me. We do require that a welcome letter is sent out to the students 2 weeks prior to the course start with the syllabus attached. So, and then just CC me when you send out that email to your students. You can access that. You can go in through Empower or D2L and push out that email relatively easily to all your students in a couple of steps. Record a welcome video and post to your course news. So one of the things that we like is instructor activity within the course, and that it's very evident to all the students that the instructor is active and doing stuff in the course. And one of those things that we like is a welcome video that you can post right in your course news. It's really cool now how we can embed video in the course news, and that's something as we get further along and closer to your launch I can help you with. But you can shoot a quick little video just like I've done here, talking about, hi, I'm Tom Jackson, welcome to the course. You maybe you could do a little syllabus walkthrough if you want. They maybe run about 5 minutes. If you're going to do a syllabus walkthrough, maybe a little bit longer. But do have that welcome video. It's kind of nice. The students get to see you kind of at the very get-go. And then every week, have at least one news posting in there. I like to do these weekend reviews, which is a video of me just talking about what's coming up for the week and a little summary of what's going on, what happened last week. Maybe we've incurred some little problem, or maybe there was an adjustment on the grades. Hey everybody, the final had a bad question in there. I've tossed out that question and everybody got 2 points extra, or something like that. I'll let them all know that. So they also know it's live. They know that I shot that video that week because I'm referencing that semester and that course. So that's kind of, you want to you're going to have some canned elements. There's going to be a little bit of theater involved. So you'll have some canned elements that will come in, but you'll also want to have some things that are kind of shot on the fly or done on the fly that are again, proof of life that you're really addressing current activity within the course. So you want to have at least 7 course news postings. It could be written or video, totally up to you, and or more. I try to do 2 a week is my thing. I'll do my normal weekend review, which is a video, and then I'll give them something else. Might be a cool article that just came out about the topics that we're discussing within the course. And then at the end, if there's any video or materials that I can't get, we'll request that from you. So usually everything that you're going to have, I'm going to get rid of this period because it just bothers me because I don't have periods on anything else. So so you just submit that to me, so I have an archive of that should we ever need it. Now, as far as videos, here's what I do. Like with this Screencast-O-Matic.com, I'm not sure it's with the free version or with the paid version, but I can upload this video directly to their servers. That kind of works sometimes, but what I always do for students, that is I after I'm done with my video, I have it rendered, put it on my desktop as MP4, and then load it to YouTube. So, and then I can embed it into my course. Now, as you talk to DE, you may want to you can give them the MP4 file, they can put it on their video servers, or you can upload it directly to YouTube. I just do it to YouTube. It's just so much easier. There are some things in YouTube that you'll want to recommend that you'll want to set. You want to deactivate the voting. I forget what it's called. It's the thumbs up, thumbs down on a video. You want to deactivate that so nobody can do that. And you want to deactivate or deselect comments because you don't want some random person coming off the internet and commenting on your video. You will want to make your videos public. If you make them private or unlisted, it has caused some issues. And I think public is kind of cool because then all of a sudden you might notice, hey, I just got 500 views on my video. That can be pretty neat. So there you go. Again, a couple routes you can go with the video hosting. Up to you. I just find YouTube a lot easier. Okay, well, see how I bring that back? I just click a button and then I can come right back on screen. So there's just some ideas. Again, do that chunk that's up front first. You may already have it done, and send me that working draft of the syllabus, and talk to DE, and you should be all set. And if anything, you do need any help, please contact me, and I'll do my best to give you some time and to help you with this course. Now, since time is kind of the element that's against us here, there is no problem at all in having, I know you wanted everything done before the course launch, but if you can't do that, that's okay. If you have just 4 or 6 modules done and you just got to clean up the other 2 while the course is running, that's very doable. Can get a little hectic though, because you're teaching, you're replying back to students, you're grading assignments, and you're trying to finish production on some modules. So try not to get too far into that. I've done things where I'm only a week ahead and it's terrible. So if you can, have the bulk of the course done, and then maybe a module or 2 clean up after the course launches, which is August 22nd, I believe. All right, so there we go. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.